What's up YouTube, Kristo here, and I've got another fragrance review for you. I'm going to be looking at Charriol's Royal Leather. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because it's kind of getting some attention. You know, there's a little tiny bit of buzz about it in some of the YouTube, Facebook groups, so I thought this would be a really great time to do a review for it, as there's been, you know, people asking about it, looking for it, even messaging me about it and stuff. So yeah, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. So let's get into it here. Charriol Royal Leather. This is from 2012, so it's fairly new. It's an EDP concentration for men. The perfumer is Raphael Ori, who doesn't exactly have the best resume in the perfume business. Mostly low-end and mid-range, kind of obscure designers. Honestly, I've never tried a single thing of his other than this, but I really enjoy Royal Leather, so I'm not going to worry about his previous experience. Notes in this one, well, obviously there is a lot of leather. By far the most predominant note. Supporting it, you get some saffron, pink pepper, and dried fruit. Now, if you're not familiar with Charriol, they are actually a jewelry and watch company from Switzerland. So even though they do kind of get bracketed in with designers, they're actually a jewelry company, kind of like Cartier or Bulgari or something like that. This fragrance, I was just looking on the Charriol site, retails for a whopping $162 US if you go directly through the Charriol site, which is pretty unreal. I heard or read about a few people on Facebook saying it retails for over $100, but I didn't know exactly how much. Pretty shocked by that. I picked up my bottle here, 100 ml. Brand new in box for about $50. So yeah, just don't pay retail unless you have to. They are out there. They're kind of hard to find, but they are out there. Now, in terms of longevity projection for this one, I get pretty good longevity. I'm looking at least 7 hours, kind of 7 to 8 around there. Projection, it's good. I feel comfortable wearing it at work. I don't get self-conscious or anything like that. I don't worry that it's too strong for people. First couple hours you're going to get a nice little scent cloud. Kind of dies down after that, but it is still very noticeable on yourself for pretty much the entire longevity of the fragrance. In terms of development, I would say this is fairly linear. The only big difference is in the opening, you get quite a lot of sweetness, kind of from the pink pepper and the dried fruit. The pepper as well gives a very woody, aromatic feel, whereas in the dry down, most of the pepper and the fruitiness has dissipated. But I really like that because it's kind of like, even though it's linear, you still get two nice stages out of it with the really predominant leather and the saffron supporting it. So the opening I find to be kind of sweet, aromatic, woody. Dries down, it gets a little more masculine, a little more butch, a little stronger with the leather and saffron. Comparisons, well, there's already comparisons between this and Tuscan leather, and I have to admit I have not tried Tuscan leather before. I would love to, I just haven't been able to get my hands on a sample of it. Biggest differences I could see looking at comparisons and from what I've heard from other people is Tuscan leather has quite a predominant raspberry note. Now this does have the dried fruit, which could be kind of similar, but I think they are going to be different, you know, different houses, different perfumers, different quality. Still check this out though. It's definitely not an old mannish leather. Things like Knisa or Knees 10, however you want to pronounce it, very different league. I find that to be quite harsh and dated smelling. I think Royal Leather is quite a contemporary take on a kind of trendy leather fragrance. I think Charriol did a really, really good job in encapsulating that. Overall, I'm very, very happy with my bottle. For the price I paid, I am really happy. I would easily pay, you know, 75 bucks, 80 bucks maybe for this. But I paid a lot less, so I'm even happier. Seriously, check this fragrance out. Charriol, I think, is a pretty unappreciated fragrance house. They do some pretty solid stuff. It seems that they're just kind of hard to get your hands on, is all. So there you go. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Charriol house in general, and of course, what you think of Royal Leather. Is it similar to Tuscan Leather if you have tried it? So thanks for watching, and see you again soon.